So this is the truth about being vegan. The truth is, it's not the best, but it does help with certain ailments in the body, like being pre-diabetic and reversing that through that diet. That can happen. Having high cholesterol and lowering it, that can happen through this diet. I will say the plant-based diet can help some people with severe issues. I don't think it's long-term. I don't think it's sustainable. I think most people can benefit from eating mainly a carnivorous diet, meaning a lot of meat, beef tallow, and butter. I think fats are good for you. As someone who was a plant-based eater for 8 years, going on a high carb, low fat diet, doing the organic foods, eating the right absorbing all the right supplementation that I was taking from B12, iron, all of it, the multivitamins, I was still not feeling amazing. I still felt lousy on the plant-based diet. And granted, when I first started 8 years ago, I did eat a junk food vegan diet at the time because I just wanted to get rid of my acne. It's how I started to get into this. I wanted to get rid of my acne, and it was on my back, on my chest, and on my face. And I'm like, oh, it has to do with diet. It has to do with diet. And I finally gave into the plant-based diet, but I still was eating a lot of processed foods. And I thought, taking dairy out of my diet would help. And it did, but then it didn't, because I was eating out a lot. I was eating junk food at home. I was eating a lot of chips. I'm like, this is vegan. I can eat chips, but it wasn't healthy. And so I started to realize, okay, well, it has to do with the processed foods. So I started to take out the processed foods and incorporated a lot of like the things that my mentors at the time told me to do, like Freely the banana girl. She ate a lot of fruit smoothies, a lot of bananas. It helped a lot of the symptoms that she had with acne as well. And I started to incorporate her diet, her lifestyle, raw till 4. And then after 4 p.m., I would eat cooked foods, organic whole foods after 4 p.m. Dr. McDougall is someone else that I followed who really helped me understand that organic whole foods were really important for my life. And I agree, whole foods, plant-based, I agree, whole foods and organic. I do agree about incorporating into your diet. And it really did help me. It relieved a lot of the acne on my back and on my chest. And I started, I think that was like the 3rd year in where I really started to do the plant-based diet correctly, as well as incorporating B12, iodine, and the multivitamin supplementation into my life. Now, where things got a little downhill, actually a lot downhill, was when I felt lousy still. Like my acne reduced a lot, but I felt lousy. I felt low energy. I had memory loss. My hair started to fall out. I had a bloated stomach. I was like, what is happening? Like, I'm getting more skinny. I'm already skinny enough. I'm eating a lot of calories every day. Like, what is going on? And so I got multiple blood tests, you guys, throughout the years. Like the last one I got was on my last year being plant-based, the 8th year. Guess what they told me when they got my blood test? They told me my blood test was amazing. I had an athlete's body. That's what they told me. And in my head, I'm thinking, thank you so much, but why do I feel lousy? Why do I feel lousy? I don't feel well. Help me. And I just couldn't understand why everyone was giving me kudos and I didn't feel good. And my health coach at the time, he was plant-based for 9 years. And then unbeknownst to me, he revealed to me when I was complaining about my plant-based diet and the blood test, he told me, hey, like I ate my first steak like 2 weeks ago and I felt good. Maybe that's what you should do. And I was like, oh, you know what? I trust him. I was shocked though. I was very shocked. I was like, what? You betrayed me. But no, later on I was like, you know what? He feels better. He had the same issues that I did, not necessarily with acne, but with bloating and not feeling good, feeling tired all the time. And I'm like, okay, let me follow what he did. And what he did was just eat a steak. So I bought a steak, a grass-fed steak from Whole Foods, came home, cooked it, sear panned it, and then I just ate it. I gobbled it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this steak has so much fat. I was like, why does this feel so good? I didn't feel guilty, guys, because when I did the plant-based diet, I didn't do it for ethical reasons. I did it for nutritional reasons, for health reasons. So when I ate the steak, I didn't feel guilty. And so I ate the steak, and 20, 30 minutes after, I was like, oh my gosh, like my mind was clear. I had all of a sudden good memory. I could think about what happened in my day. My bloated stomach went down. I felt energized. I felt so good. And I told myself, I'm like, Nadia, you cannot stop this. You are not gonna stop. And so that was my journey, the start of my journey towards the carnivore diet. And I left the plant-based diet because it did not help me, okay? But I will say, when I was plant-based, I did cook for people. So I cooked for my family for 3 months, specifically for my dad. And he was pre-diabetic. And Dr. McDougall has said that it can reverse pre-diabetes and diabetes in general. And so I cooked for my dad, and he ate my food, which was just plant-based. Some of it was raw, very, very low fat and very high carb. And he ate it for 3 months and he reversed his pre-diabetes. So it does help, you guys, for certain severe problems. I think it's useful for those reasons, but long term, it's not sustainable and it's not good overall for people, in my opinion. I think the bioavailability, which means basically the nutrients that you absorb into your body, can be utilized and processed and go into the necessary places into your body, like your heart, your organs, your brain, your eyes. That is way, way better in meat compared to the nutrients in plants, because the nutrients in plants were floating around in my body, but my body was not utilizing those nutrients well. It utilized the nutrients from meat very well, which is why I felt a relief in all those negative symptoms, and I felt amazing. And you know, my acne, like I would get like acne still when I was on the plant-based diet, when I did it the healthy way, but now I have no acne. It's fantastic. Okay, just thought I would share. And with that being said, you guys, if you are struggling with pain, overall discomfort, you have a bad memory loss, you have a foggy brain, you can't think efficiently, right? When you talk to people, you can't conversate well either. You feel tired all the time, and most of all, you have a bloated stomach. Then you're gonna have to watch my video down below that I created just for you about the 7 mistakes that you are making to not heal your gut. Okay? Have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.